You ever just take a moment to observe your surroundings, like where you came from, where you're currently at, where you want to be, where you once were, things of that nature? The word that I'm really looking for is atmosphere. Atmosphere is one of my favorite concepts in this game of life, as it can create the road that you want to be on, or it can send you down a road that you don't exactly want to be on, but you might need to be on in the very moment in time. Let me explain. Sometimes we ask, why are we here? Or like, how did we end up in this situation when we were just trying to ask for a solution? But sometimes we need to go through the darker times or the rough road to be able to actually grow from what we're going through in the very moment of time. And I like to think that we go through these things because there's not an easy way out of certain situations. Sometimes there is an easier method or an easier format of doing something, but in all reality, we have to understand that sometimes you got to go through the rough patch to be able to grow from it and understand. And I'm going to be honest, not any of us really come from perfection. We all don't come from perfect homes. Matter of fact, none of us do. We all have our own story, and the atmosphere that we set is the tone. That's why it's significant. The reason why I asked if you ever wonder why the fuck are you here, how'd you end up in this situation, is because we can all set the tone. We could change the atmosphere around us, but it all comes together when we decide to think about it. We wake up every single morning, shrouded in mystery, not sure what's going to happen. Something comes up, we end up doing whatever it is that we need to do, or something that we thought we didn't need to do. And with that, we still figure something out. Sometimes we even have an epiphany and everything changes because of that. And I like to think about it all like a movie. The scene is intertwined with your feelings presently. What do you feel whenever you walk through your childhood home if you're able to? Or your favorite park? Or the neighborhood you grew up in at night? Realize how you feel. Realize your emotions and how they're connected to the room around you. Now think about it in a different perspective. Take a moment and realize at some point these were unfamiliar to you. At some point you were lost, confused, unaware. These are the same exact feelings that you go through when you enter the unknown. And if you haven't realized it yet, these are the same things that I was talking about in the beginning. And what I'm trying to get at before I start yapping is your emotions could dictate the atmosphere that you're in as it all makes one scene. You just have to improvise what's going on. Because every day we're not going to know what's going on. We're going to wake up every single day not sure on how it's going to go, but we're still going to get up and go. Especially being that one day we're not going to wake up. As grim and dark as that sounds, it's the truth. There's going to be one day where that doesn't happen. But while we have it, we're going to get up and go and use that. We're going to figure something out. That's what we always do. Now, when we get in an atmosphere that we don't enjoy, or we don't want to be in, what emotions become apparent? Although we find the negative thoughts to appear, we must fight to keep looking for the scene, but look at it with a different perspective, a different narrative, or a different lens. Maybe we're meant to be in these different atmospheres because it's meant to strengthen the plot. Maybe these atmospheres are meant to strengthen us. We can all take a moment and notice that there's a lesson in every single movie and your life is no exception. And at the end of the day, you're the director. You can take control. You can make the change. Just because we start here and we're at a place or somewhere that we don't want to be, doesn't mean we have to stay there. We're not obligated to stay still or become stagnant. That's a choice. We're all bound to start somewhere. But how are we going to find our way out of there? Even if you don't want to, or even if you do. That's what makes the story unique. Now, how are you going to write yours? On that note, I'm going to end it off, but thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed and I hope I was able to help somebody.